Hello and welcome back to another one of my quick tip videos. In today's video I'm going to show you how I installed the screen protector on this Humminbird 10-inch unit. And I'm showing it to you because the edges are so perfect it's hard to even see that it's installed. But that 10-inch unit already has it installed, and so what we're going to do is look at the HealingShield product installation on my 15-inch Humminbird Helix unit. So let's get this 10-inch unit out of the way, and just like magic, boom, there's the 15-inch unit. And the 15-inch unit is a little bit dirty. It's going to need some cleaning, but what I'm showing you is that I'm going to put the same product, the HealingShield screen protector, on my 15-inch unit here. So the first thing I am going to want to do is get this screen really clean. And so what I'm finding for keeping my screens clean, and I'll give you a link up in the corner maybe of another video that I did, but a 50-50 mixture of vinegar and water and a couple of different chamois towels seem to do the best job cleaning these without scratching the glass on them. So I'm using one rag to just kind of initially get it clean, and then I'm using a second dry rag there to get it nice and dry and clean. I'm looking all over it. As you can see, it's pretty shiny. I'm just looking to see if I've left any grease stains anywhere, but I'm good to go. So let's open this up. As you can see, I'm putting a tiny portion of a box knife in there, and I'm opening it facing away from myself, as I suggest you do as well. You certainly don't want to cut a hole in the brand new screen, so let's not do that. So I'm getting that out of the box, and you can see there's several things in there. It's not just the protector. You get some instructions on how to install it, though I found them to be very vague. You get an alcohol wipe to clean the screen again, and in fact you get two of them with the 15-inch unit, and you get one with the 10-inch unit. And so there are the instructions, though they be minuscule. There's the alcohol wipes. You get a squeegee of sorts that you're going to use to press the glass down and to try to get any bubbles out of it. So the first thing I'm going to do is get the alcohol out. I'm going to open that up. I'm just going to use one of them unless I just really see an issue there. But yeah, I'm showing you that there are two there. No big deal. Let's just throw one of them to the side. Let's get the other one out. And after fumbling with the towel for a second there, I'm going to start cleaning this thing off. Now it's really already clean, but I really want a grease-free surface because you want this graph glass to stick to it really well. So I'm going to go ahead and use the alcohol or whatever cleaning material this is on this thing. I'm going to wipe it really well, and when I feel like it's cleaned as much as it's going to get clean, I'm going to switch over to my chamois towel or rag and dry this off again to make sure that it's really, really clean. I'm just kind of using some air because I could see the alcohol actually drying without me touching it, so I was going to get as much of it dry with the air before I actually start wiping it. So now I'm just kind of wiping it again, and these particular chamois cloths that I'm using came from AutoZone. I'm not going to say they're 100% lint free, but they have very little lint byproducts when I'm using them, so I'm getting this thing cleaned up, but I am going to look over it really, really well and see if I see lint anywhere on it. That is going to be your number one issue that you're going to face when you're installing, any kind of screen protector, like for your phone, for example. You're going to notice that most phone cover providers these days give you a type of a material that you put on the screen and lift off to get all of the dust out of the way. Now, what this kit came with was a little bitty, that's what I'm looking for right there. There it is. What this kit came with is this little HealingShield and a couple of sticky little sections on this that you can peel off. And what I'm doing is, I really don't know what 3 of them are for on this 15-inch unit. I decided just not to even use 3 of them, but I am using what they call their dust remover, and I'm looking at different angles to see if I can get all the little dust mites off this thing. Dust boogers, dust mites, whatever you want to call them. They're a little fleck of dust, and if you don't get them off, they're going to cause the protector to stick up, and it's going to look like you've got an air bubble in it. So I'm going to work on that till I get all those off. And once I'm satisfied that it is as clean as it is going to get, it is time to actually get the screen protector out and install it. It seemed like that time it left a lot more little dust specks on it. Forgive the little feet in the background there. Look like a little hobgoblin walking around behind me with tiny little 3-inch feet. All right, I think this is about as good as it's gonna get. So let's get the screen out. It comes in a plastic cover, and when you get this, both sides of the screen protector have a plastic cover on them to make sure that it is in pristine condition when you get it. All right, so let's get the back off of it first. And they have these little sticky things on here, and 2 of them say back and 1 says front. And it took me a minute to figure that out. Again, not super great directions for how you do this, but I am noticing right now one of them's bent a little bit, so it's taking a little bit of extra effort to get one of them off and get it started. And what I decided to do is peel one side off and just expose a few inches of the screen protector so that I can really get it lined up well. Now I'll tell you what's going to happen. As soon as you lay this on that glass of your Humminbird, Lowrance, whatever unit you're going to use, when you get that started, is going to immediately want to just lay itself down on the glass. I don't know if it has some type of static in it or exactly what causes that, but when you start to put it on there, it's immediately going to want to seal itself to the glass, which is a really good thing. That's helpful. So what I'm doing right now is I'm double checking, does this thing actually fit? Is it a good fit? As you can see, it really is. I'm amazed at how well these things fit, especially because I saw comments from people saying that these do not fit. So you're going to want to double check, make sure that these things fit the unit that you have. And that's exactly what I did. They had them for a variety of different units. So, all right, I think I'm good to go. It is time. So I see a few little extra pieces of dust on there from that last time I wiped it. I'm going to get those off if I can. Looking everywhere else, tiny one here, tiny one there. Trust me when I say probably the hardest part of this is getting all the dust off of it, because if you don't, that will show on your finished product. So I'm taking as much time as I possibly can, getting every single one off. There's another one, and another one. All right, I think we're good to go. So let's get about half of the back protector peeled off of the screen protector, and I'm telling you, as soon as you let it go, if you let it go, it jumps right back onto the screen protector. So don't do that. Get it peeled away and hold it really well. You do not want to touch the screen protector now that you have this plastic off of it. You're going to get a stain on it, you're going to get grease, you're going to do something, and you're jacked at that point, because it's going to be extremely hard for you to get that off there and it not show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my time. I'm putting my thumb on top, if you'll notice, on top of the screen protector, because that still has a covered film on it. So I can do that and get away with it. So watch, if you look at what happens, I don't know if it's going to show here very easily, but as soon as I get it lined up to where I think it looks really good, I'm going to peel the back off the rest of the way without touching anything. And as you're going to notice, this thing's just going to lay itself down on the fish finding unit. You can see it's just kind of taking care of itself. Now I'm not going to say there are no air bubbles, because there are, and you're going to have to work to get those off, but look at how it just laid itself down there and how few air bubbles there are. All right, so let's get the little squeegee on here and let's start working out the bubbles. And you don't want to work from the outside in, you want to work from the inside out. As you're going to notice there, I'm switching to the middle of the unit, pressing up. I started on the left side and push the bubbles out to the side. And so you'll see me curving it. That seemed to work best for me. You'll just have to figure out what works best for you. But I'm just pushing it up. I see bubbles, and if I hold this down just hard enough, it's getting 1 or 2 or 3 bubbles at a time. It's combining them, and then it pushes them right off the surface and they're gone. Now occasionally what you'll see me doing there is there's a very, very small air bubble, and they either don't want to come out, or sometimes what I'm noticing is that maybe I missed and there's a piece of dust right there, and it's just my bad for not getting it. There's really nothing I can do about it. I'm not going to peel this thing off at this point, though you could very carefully peel it up and try to get any dust that you missed. To me it wasn't worth the hassle. There were so few of them, and you're going to replace this again in the future probably as it gets little surface scratches on it, or the sun fades it, or it cracks from exposure. So I'm just going to continue working these bubbles one at a time until I get the majority of them out. Now, if I haven't already said it, I'm hoping that you've noticed I have not taken the last film off. The film that is on the front of the screen protector is still on it. That's what's allowing me to do this without scratching it and making marks all over it. So I'm going to speed this process up at this point and get further along to where I'm ready to remove the last part of the screen protector. Alright, so I want to try to show you what I'm doing. I've saved a couple of these air bubbles, and I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get this to where you can see it. There is an air bubble right there beside the keypad of the unit. I'm pointing at it with the corner of the squeegee. Hopefully you can see it right there, and what I'm going to show you is what I'm doing to get these out, and I'm just pressing it towards the edge, and you'll notice most of it came out immediately. Any of it that didn't, I'm now going back and I'm just working it the best I can. There's a little one there. I'm just pressing it forward to the edge. Now in the corner, what you're seeing there is not an air bubble. What you're seeing is the other film that's still on the unit that I haven't removed. So I'm doing the final steps there, getting the last one off. At this point, I think I am good to go. I no longer see air bubbles anywhere or anything, so I go ahead and slowly peel this up, and I'm kind of looking for imperfections as I go, because once I get this totally off, I don't want to put it back on. And there she goes. The 15-inch unit is done. I'm just kind of glancing over it, looking to see, is there, from the factory, did they accidentally smudge it, or is there anything on there at all? I don't see anything, but I'm just kind of wiping it down. This is also serving as one last time of pressing it down. So this thing's done, and I'll try to get you a look at it there. It is hard to see the edges, as you can see. It looks uniform. I don't see any blinding spots of air pockets on there anywhere, as far as I can tell. So it looks really good. I'm very happy with it. 2 thumbs up on that one. I'm very happy with how this turned out. I hope that you find this video useful, and I hope you'll join me for more videos in the future. I know for this one to be a quick tip video, it's kind of a little bit long compared to some of the other ones that I've done, but this is something that I had to take my time on. So I hope you can take what you've seen here and apply it to your install of your screen protectors on your units, whether they're Humminbird, Lowrance, Garmin. They all make some just super awesome units. So thank you for joining me. God bless y'all. Having a great day out on the water.